The devastating blow to security in the United States on September 11, 2001 came at the hands of terrorists armed with commercial jets. That single day of destruction would prompt hundreds of millions of dollars in security improvements nationwide, all at taxpayer expense. Our airports, first and foremost, were exposed as a terrorist target and a security risk.
I remember when I flew before 9/11, that wasn't a big deal.
It's a big deal now for Tim Decker, Federal Security Director with the Transportation Security Administration stationed at Austin-Straubel. The newly created federal agency took over passenger screenings from the airline's control. Since then, passengers and their carry-on items are scrutinized even more. Some items that may have been allowed before 9/11 are now confiscated. This collection of potential weapons collected in the past month. In the 10 years since 9/11, all screening machines have been upgraded and security personnel retrained, some to search not only carry-ons but suspicious behavior. And funding has been approved for body scanners locally too.
So we'll get them in Green Bay, and at least in Green Bay and Appleton, probably later on this fall or sometime during the winter.
Luggage that went straight into a plane's cargo hold before 9/11 is now checked for the first time using X-ray machines and chemical sensing machines for possible explosives.
It's a matter of technology keeping up with the threat, and then of course the funding required to get that stuff built and put out in the field.
Each community has other targets that pose a security risk.
I'm not going to get into some of the specific sites, but I think obviously when you have a port and you have a major NFL franchise in town, you need to be robust in your staffing, equipment, technology, and training. We've gotten well over $3 million in the last several years in Homeland Security money.
Green Bay Police Chief Jim Art says Homeland Security grants paid for a $219,000 patrol boat for the department's dive team. Money was also used to acquire a $167,000 ice rescue boat, $225,000 for an armored SWAT truck, and $200,000 in surveillance equipment to watch downtown bridges, government buildings, area parks, and vessel traffic in the Port of Green Bay. Add to that more than $800,000 for personnel training. The funding for all of this came from the Department of Homeland Security, a federal agency established in the aftermath of 9/11. Its mission is to prevent terrorist attacks on U.S. soil, reduce our vulnerability to terrorism, and minimize the damage from potential attacks and natural disasters. Given the fact that there have been no terrorist attacks in Green Bay in the past decade, we asked Mayor Jim Schmidt whether the federal money is being used properly.
I'm not sure terrorists are targeting Green Bay, Wisconsin, but on the other hand, you don't know. I mean, you're talking about a culture war, and I think we have to be vigilant in everything we do.
So that's a good question, because yes, they are terrorism tools, but at the same time, as long as they're there, they might as well be used at the local level as local tools to enhance our safety.
Art says the new patrol boat and dive gear paid off in 2007 searching the Fox River for missing UWGB student Mahalia Zhang.
We would have never found that vehicle and Mahalia without the equipment that we had and the training that we had. We also have used our equipment in the Marinette standoff, our Bearcat. That was Homeland Security money.
The Fox River and the Port of Green Bay have received a lot of Homeland Security attention. Port of Green Bay Director Dean Haynes says the federal mandates on port security have made the waterways safer for the 200 cargo ships that arrive each year. Commercial vessels coming in now have to pass through layers of security checks, in addition to video or manned surveillance once they arrive. And while Haynes says our waterways are safer, he admits even with all the added security, the system is still not perfect.
Now I see where the threats are more from a recreational boat, or if there was somebody wanted to do something bad, it wouldn't happen through Great Lakes commerce.
At Lambeau Field, where 70,000 people gathering can be a target for terrorists, security has also been transformed. Barriers keep vehicle traffic 100 feet away. Campers and buses that could contain large amounts of explosives are banned from the lot, and air traffic overhead restricted.
Hi guys, how are you?
Every single fan entering is now patted down and watched closely by police.
I think it's a good thing, and I think people have come to expect those things at sporting events, to know that we're doing everything we can to protect them.
The end result of Homeland Security today? Local officials say residents are safer.
Yes, we're safer, and we're more prepared, and we're better trained, and we're better equipped because of these Homeland Security dollars.